Okay, so this is the How to Draw William Turner, or Orlando Bloom's character. This is your supply list if you are going to do dry brush painting. And basically, I am applying the paint with a. It actually looks like a watercolor brush. That's a bristle brush. It has been through all sorts of paintings with me, but take my word for it, it's a round bristle brush. Used to have white bristles at the tips, but it's been used quite a bit. I am applying the paint, and I'm trying to slowly develop it as well as I can. You can have the darkest areas facing the back where he's turned, and you'll see the light source coming from your right hand side. It's really important that we try to develop that, and I'm doing it a little bit at a time. I'm putting I'm trying to use as little mineral spirits as I can as well, and I'm trying to slowly develop it and make sure that there's a difference between the left-hand side of his body and the right. Notice that I am doing the clothing first before the face. I'm just going to save the face for last. Interesting point. It was a lot easier to do Johnny Depp's face because of the size of it. A while ago, I did a video on Beyonce, and I cringe every time I watch that video because I didn't do the greatest job in her face. Um, just being totally honest. And I'm having a similar problem with Turner, but it came out a lot better than that one, than the Beyonce video. You want to draw big so that you could get the details in. You don't want to like perform brain surgery with like a tiny brush. It's a lot more difficult to do that. You want to use watercolor paper because of the absorption of it. It absorbs the paint, or it'll actually absorb the mineral spirits. When you use the kneaded eraser, you want to make sure that you use the kneaded eraser to create highlights, by the way. But when you use it, you want to make sure that the surface is entirely dry. That's very important. The eyes are somewhat tricky. Watch how dark we get. Um, we started slowly developing this. Notice I'm using a very small brush, thin point. The shadow on the eye on the left, his right eye is going to get much darker. It's going to get as dark as almost as dark as the darkest part of the eye. But I keep applying, thin, dry applications of paint. And slowly developing the picture. Now I was looking at the background, and I decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put some water in the background. I mean, they're pirates; they need water. How could they be pirates without water? I should walk the plank. Anywho, that's a wash that I'm doing in the background. Anytime you see me apply paint that fast, I diluted it with terp or mineral spirits, and I just made sure that it was neutral compared to the darks and lights in the foreground. So you see a lot of different tones on the two characters. You see a very neutral ocean in the background. When you work with color, I always notice students, they love applying color. Every new artist loves applying color, but you really start getting the more sophisticated results when you curb that a little bit, or in this case, the use of tones. When you curb that a little bit and neutralize it, because there's a huge difference from the foreground and the background. If the background was as noisy as the foreground, you wouldn't really see the characters. I'm going back into it now. I'm using the colored pencils, getting the detail work in. And, you know, I know my process has a lot of steps. I don't mean the step by step, I mean the painting part. I definitely encourage you to improvise and, you know, use what you know to complete the equation. You know, I think the best artists always do that. You know, so if you feel you can add something with, I don't know, say you're an expert in colored pencil. You know, that's a medium that I feel comfortable in. You know, I use that to finish it up. You should improvise with something that you feel comfortable with too, if you wish. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.